What's up, guys? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla SPY in the overall market. But just know that I am not a financial planner. Take nothing I say as financial advice. And don't forget about my Moomoo link. Deposit $100 and you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. Deposit $1,000 and you're guaranteed 15. Anyways, for the market, we just got some big news that came out. The Fed has announced that they cut rates by 25 basis points. It's now down to a target rate of 4.75%. So the Fed's cutting a little bit more. The market got a very, very nuanced reaction, kind of pushed it, but now it's dipping a little bit, and now it's getting bought back up again. So it's just kind of like all over the place. And now I just want to say that we have Jerome Powell giving a speech at 2:30 p.m. That's when the Fed press conference is going to be starting. He's also going to be going through the Q&A a little bit later on. So when that happens, I do expect a lot of volatility. We'll see if the market pumps or if it dumps. Be very, very prepared. So as far as Tesla goes, it actually did better than what I was predicting. I was saying that Tesla might push for about 295. This was back when Tesla was in the 280s during the pre-market. That was what I was predicting. And then I said we might actually consolidate. We went a little bit higher. We actually went up to about 300, and then we saw the consolidation phase, right? We basically pushed towards 300 and then we saw Tesla trade sideways for the entire day. So the prediction was close, but now at this point, it all depends on what Jerome Powell causes. So if Jerome Powell causes the market to pump, you want to see Tesla break 300 to start pushing for 305 plus, and then that's what's going to cause this thing to run more. And if Jerome Powell causes a rug pull, we could be looking to see if Tesla loses 295. If that's the case, we're going to be looking for a dump. It could go either way. When I talk about a dump, I'm just saying like an intraday move where Tesla dips alongside the market. It doesn't have to be that massive. I'm just talking about something very, very for the short term. As far as SPY goes, I do want to mention that there is technically a possible head and shoulders, but it's not looking perfect. Just know this: if this head and shoulders plays out, you want to see SPY lose 594. If we lose 594 on SPY, there's going to be a risk of this seeing at least a 3-point move to the downside. So we could be looking for the 592s or so. There's going to be a big move down. And if we're bullish, you want to see it break past 595.5. If we break that, I think that we could get very close to 597. So it could go either way. There is a possible head and shoulders. Just be very mindful of this. We'll see what this leads to, especially as we approach Jerome Powell's speech. For ES, it's the same thing. Essentially, we have a possible head and shoulders that's developing right here. If we lose 59, 90, very, very close to that range, I could be looking for 59.80 to be a target back down to our 200 EMA. If we break 6,000, we're bullish. We're kind of stuck in the middle. There is a possible head and shoulders, but we'll see what Jerome Powell causes. For Nvidia, we pumped very nicely. Now we're going to be watching to see if we're forming kind of like a double top here or if we're about to break out. I want to see it break 148.5 and hold above that to remain bullish. If it struggles to do that, there is going to be a risk of 147.75. If that fails us, we're looking for the lowest retest and maybe a little bit of a dip back down for a double top. So we'll see. For Bitcoin, we pumped very, very nicely up to about 76,500. Now we're dipping a little bit. If 76,000 does not hold, we could be retesting these lows here towards 75,800. So we'll see how it goes. For NQ, we had a bearish divergence developing right over here. If we break 20,200, we remain more bullish. And if we reject here, we end up losing 21,100. We're going to be dipping back down towards 21,000 flats. So with the bearish divergence, that does suggest maybe we see downside, but it's not a guarantee until we see what Jerome Powell has to say. So just wait for Powell. Just know that there is tough resistance up here as we've been consolidating at this level. Same thing with the QQQ. There's a bearish divergence. If we lose 511.8, if that support fails us, this could be dipping all the way down towards the 510 area or even below that, towards 509. If we hold above 513, we could remain more bullish. If 513 breaks, look for a push for 515. But this is looking like it has a bearish divergence. It's just consolidating at resistance. So it does suggest there might be a downside move. It depends on Jerome Powell, of course. We'll see what Jerome Powell has to say. Aapl as well. If we end up losing 227, we're looking for a dip back down to 226.5, then eventually these lower levels down here, like 225 flat. If we break 230, we remain more bullish. So we'll just wait and see. The IWM looks a little bit weaker. We're basically approaching 235 as predicted. I did call that out in my morning video. If that fails us, we're looking for a dip to 233. And we have to get back above 238 to remain bullish. So just be a little bit careful with it. If you look at Amazon, we're dipping a little bit. If we can't hold above 210, we might be looking for 207 as a target. If 210 breaks, it could try to push back up for 212. Meta did a good job at holding up. We have a double top right here. So if we end up losing 591.75, we're looking for a dip back down to 589, and eventually all the way back down here. If we manage to break 594, we're pushing back up, but this looks like it might dip a little bit here. Could this be a double top? We'll have to see. Meta has kind of like a double top as well. We need to break 426.5. Otherwise, there's a risk of 424 or below. And then for Google, there is a slight bearish divergence, so just be careful. This does suggest downside as a possibility. If 180 fails, let's look for a dump. Could be dipping back down to like 178. And if not, it could be pushing. So we'll see how it goes. As far as the market goes, we're holding up nicely, but be careful with the head and shoulders forming on SPY, also on ES. And as far as Tesla goes, we did a great job at pushing to 300, but 300 is a tough resistance. So we'll see how Tesla performs here. If 295 does not hold, look for a dip as well. I'm going to be 100% blunt about that, 100% honest. So I thank you for listening. Jerome Powell starts his speech in about 10 minutes, at least from the time I'm recording this. I'll see you guys very soon for another update, and peace out.